follow me, Genuinely Gem. And I'm from New Zealand, so all the way, I feel like bottom of the world. And Rach and I connected a couple of years ago now. So yeah, it's been super cool to be part of her world, and I've had of having Rach as my coach as well, kind of over the last year. And I guess Rach has been a key part in my transformation and stepping into my coaching business, which I have recently launched. So that's super exciting. And just all the growth and personal development that has come from that journey has been, yeah, truly life-changing. And so now it's my turn to help other women and empower them to make changes and really just learn to love themselves again, because I think that that is something that we forget or we neglect, and so much power and clarity can come from that. And it's something that I think we overcomplicate, and with the world how it is today and social media, it's just so easy to lose that connection with ourselves and get confused around what we stand for and what we want. And yeah, so I'm all about empowering women and helping them with self-love.
I love that. Yeah. And it's been amazing just watching your transformations in general. And that's really, I wanted to bring Gemma on here tonight because she is probably one of my top clients that really understands like clarity, holding space, and has really like mastered her energy, I feel like, in like all areas. You can just feel it talking to her, and just how I've seen her like progress the past several months. So what do you think is, well, tell us a little bit about like your journey as far as like understanding like your energy, and because I know you kind of started in network marketing, and then like you really just felt like a huge like calling to impact people on a higher level. So what was the major shift that you had to go through in order to like say yes to that, but also understand like how to take aligned action and protect your energy, but also like be able to hold that space for someone else too?
Yeah, I guess just to really to take steps in kind of drowning out the noise, because like it's so easy to get caught up in society and what people think, and like in an instinct, and it's in our nature to be to want to be loved and accepted. So if we decide to go against something that might jeopardize that, or our perception of jeopardizing that, it's really scary. And so it's safer to just stay and just to be. So yeah, a lot of inner work around like what was my purpose, what am I here to do, and what do I feel aligned with, what brings me energy, and then what helps me give out that energy as well, because things can drain us of energy, right? And if we're not kind of switched on to that, it's almost like we run on autopilot, and you know, we can go months, weeks or months or even years, and then turn around and realize, oh my goodness, like that thing was draining my time or my energy or that thought. And so just to really come back to yourself and connect in and realize that you have control over that. Like we hear, like the mind is such a powerful thing, and you can literally change your thoughts in seconds. But it's, I guess, having a process or understanding how to do that, because we can be held back by all of the stories and, you know, things we've been through in our past, and it can become a little bit blurry and unclear about how we can work through that. So yeah, just really I guess taking the time to be real with yourself and to do work. And I know, like, I've needed help. I've really needed help in that, and that's why I'm grateful to you, Rach, because you just need those people in your life to hold space for you and to actually just reach down and pull out, or help you pull out, you know, your light and your energy. And you know, we are the sum of the first 5 people we spend the most time with, or, you know, especially on social media, people that are in your atmosphere, you want to make sure they're the right people, because you will feed off the energy. And it's truly, yeah, it's game changing when you daily you can check in and adjust your energy to be, you know, to be high.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love that. And what do you, okay, so if someone's not really, like, if someone's in a network marketing business or someone's in a business right now and they feel like there's so much more, they could be doing something so much better. How do you paint the picture as far as like how you feel with a business that you're growing from pure alignment, and then a business that you've had in the past where it was like hustle, grind, and like more so like you were never doing enough?
Yeah, I guess it really comes down to like connecting to, like, we hear it, your why.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we take on other people's whys, especially I feel in network marketing. It is really easy because we're being mentored and trained by successful people who we aspire to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's really take on their ideas of success or worth. So it's really just allowing yourself to be honest and clear about what it is that you're wanting, what your version of success means, and really working on your self-worth. I think that's really key as well, because if you have a low level of self-worth, you will always be looking outside of yourself for validation.
Mm-hmm.
And that becomes tiring, because that's when you know, the hustle comes in and the grind, and you're striving to always please, and you're looking for that value externally. So if you can look internally and know that you are worthy just as you are, and allow yourself to follow your passion and your dream, I think that's really where the power lies. And like, I am so truly grateful for my network marketing journey. Like, it actually makes me a little bit teary, because I have just, like, it's changed my life. And to be fair, it wouldn't have brought me to you, and it just wouldn't have allowed me to really do that work that I needed to pull me into the orbit of my actual purpose. So yeah.
No, I love that. And I love that transparency and like that vulnerability, because that is something where it's like sometimes we do, sometimes, I don't want to say we overlook it, but it's like it like everything that we've done, it leads us to this point, even if like one business wasn't as successful as we planned at first, or like maybe like we just kind of felt like we were caught in a certain direction. But no, I definitely like feel that too. Like network marketing, it opens your eyes to personal development, and really like it helps people start dreaming again, you know, because like that's something where our world really takes that away from a lot of people. I hate to say it, but it is. It's like you don't really, like, in schools you don't talk about that stuff, you know, like, and network marketing really like opens your eyes. And then it's like when you truthfully like stand in your power, you're just like, oh my gosh, there's even more to this. So yeah, no, I absolutely love that you said that, because I think it's so important for people to know like where they started and what something has like truly given them.
Yeah, and I think that's relevant in any job as well. Like, I think the days are kind of gone of somebody working the same job for 50, 60 years. Like, we are so much more open-minded these days, and there's opportunity and there's growth, and we're allowed to crave change and look for change, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think, yeah, that kind of old school like loyalty and perception of failure has kind of died away, and now it's really about finding what lights you up, and not being afraid to pivot and try new things.
Yeah, and I think the loyalty thing, that was something that you were kind of struggling with, because I think that before you went through Purpose into Profit, I remember us getting on a call, and it was like you felt like you were kind of like torn a little bit, like you were like, well, I've been on this journey for so long, but like I feel like there's something more. Was there something that like made, because I feel like there was a huge shift between like where we, like who you were on that call, and then even like when you started Purpose into Profit, and what was the major shift when it came to that?
I guess the major shift was just, again, just being really honest with myself and asking myself, like, why am I doing this? And like, I have a faith, so, you know, really leaning on God and asking him for direction, and I guess just trusting myself, and really just, like, we talk a lot about, you know, connecting into your intuition and your gut, and really just being honest, and just putting the stories aside and being like, yeah, what actually feels in alignment in the next 5 years? Where do I see myself honestly?
Mm-hmm.
And just acting on that.
I love it. And with your, because you've also done a lot of work around your energy too, like besides like what we do in our, like my programs, but you've also done that like outside of it. So is there something that, I know you're like the morning routine queen, is there something that you would recommend for people to do on a daily basis to help their energy and their routine in general that's like really helped you as far as gain clarity and truthfully just create what you love?
Yeah, I guess you're right. My morning routine has been quite an important part of my day because it just, yeah, I believe it truly sets you up. You know, it helps with your mindset, your body, and just, especially being a mum, filling your cup. Sometimes the beginning of the day and the end of the day is the only sort of window of time you have to yourself. So I function better in the morning. I really enjoy that time. So yeah, and I believe if you can fill your cup first, then it overflows and you can give to others so much easier. So for me, it's just carving out that time, and it could look different for everybody. Like exercise is really important to me, so I like to get that done in the morning, spending time in prayer and reading the Bible and journaling. You can do meditation. Like everybody will find something that just helps reset them from the day before. Some people like to do it at night, but I think that's quite key. Otherwise your days can kind of just morph into, you know, so I think it's quite important to kind of close off your day and start your new one in a way that, yeah, does elevate your energy and puts you in a really good headspace, because yeah, then what you're putting out you're going to get back through the day. And there's so many instances over the years, you know, where I've started my day off on the wrong foot and, you know, your whole mindset is affected and literally you just have a terrible day. So I think it's quite empowering to know you have control over that to an extent. You're starting off your day with your vibe and your energy, how you want to, go through your day.
I love it. And with everything that you've been working through the past month, because like in Kingdom Queen Boss Academy for Coaches, we've been diving into like not just like self-image, but ultimately like what God says about wealth and like you being able to create success, but also like embodying that next level of yourself. Has there been anything where it was like a aha moment as far as like, oh my gosh, I can like incorporate this with like my energetics? Or is there something that, because I know something that you really also had a breakthrough with was defining your perspective of success.
Mm-hmm.
How has all of that like played a role in like what you're currently creating right now?
Yeah, so I guess you're right. That I was asked the question, like, what does success mean to you? And I believe that I have been taking on like other people's views of success. So yeah, to be really honest with yourself is really helpful in the fact that you're then not chasing something that's kind of elusive to you. Like you really are defining what success means. So you're on a clearer path. And I think that also like another sort of, I guess, light bulb moment or clarity is around like the money mindset and just wealth in general, because I think, you know, there's being rich and having lots of money, but to be wealthy in all areas of your life, that was quite, an interesting kind of topical concept, you know, being wealthy in your health and in your mindset, your finances, your relationships. Like, that's really, and that we, like everybody is worthy and entitled to that as well. So again, like so much is wrapped around your self-worth and, how much you value yourself.
And what has, like, because I also think that, like, the past couple months, you've really learned how to trust yourself, like, completely. So what has, like, the difference been with that as far as, like, being able to trust yourself with, like, your content, with your offers, with when and how much you show up? Like, what does that feel like to you? And what does that really look like? Because I know for me, like when I didn't trust myself like a while ago, it was like I was posting out of obligation. I was doing things just because other people were doing them. And it was like I constantly was overworking. But when I did it, like completely changed everything. So what has that been like for you? And what has that journey really been like for you?
Yeah, I guess again, it's not focusing on what other people are doing, which is so and comparing yourself. So really just again going within what feels aligned, what lights me up, what just feels like truth. Like it's a feeling as well. You know, sometimes it's hard to talk about like intuition and truth and like try and explain it, but I think it's more of a feeling. Like you get that actual, it's almost like a sense, like the cells in your body kind of react, and or you get a download, and it's really just leaning into that. And I think a lot of it's trial and error as well. As you try things and you'll be like, oh no, that doesn't feel right. So, and I'm a bit of a type A type person, so I like to have kind of plan and structure. So it's been quite, a learning experience having a bit of both, like having that balance and structure, but then allowing myself to just flow and lean in. And that's probably like that masculine feminine energy type thing. Yeah,
I love it. And what is the difference between clients as far as like in your like before you had coaching and before you really learned like building from alignment? What was the difference between like you actually like building from alignment and like trying to find clients like when you weren't aligned, and then switching into like building from alignment like in your network marketing company and in your coaching? Because I know like before you started your coaching, there was a huge difference like in your business too, as far as like clients like coming to you that signed in the past that wanted to renew their orders. Like what was that like?
So I guess that shift was around kind of what we chatted about, just really connecting into what felt aligned and not like overthinking and worrying about judgment, and just just really coming from a place of wanting to help people as well, and not attaching like the outcome to like money or rank or followers, just really trying to put all of that aside and just focusing on helping people and knowing that the right people will be there. Yeah.
I love it. And what are you most excited about with your coaching right now?
Most excited about, I guess, well, a course that I will be creating in the not too that's pretty exciting. Really keen to put that together and be able to offer that to people. And I know how much I love courses and programs and just all the learning and the transformations that come from that. So really excited to put something together and be able to offer that.
Awesome. And what has been the hardest part for you as far as learning how to trust yourself and building from alignment? Because I know for me, I'm kind of like a very hard worker and like used to grinding. So one of the hardest parts for me was like trusting what I was doing was enough, and kind of like surrendering and like doing what I felt led to do, and then kind of like detaching. So that was like really hard for me at first. So what has been the hardest part for you? And another question that another thing that I want to know is, what has been the hardest part as far as like learning how to like lead vulnerability and like just truly being like yourself online?
So in answer to your first question, I think it's just been, the hardest part has actually just been softening the stories and shifting those limiting beliefs, and really just showing myself compassion for my past and knowing that it doesn't have control over my future. That's really hard because it can be really confronting. It's really scary, and it requires you to take some form of action as well. And then in answer to the second part of your question, which just run over that again, sorry.
Yeah, so the second part was, what's the hardest part about like being vulnerable and really like being yourself fully? Because I think that was another thing that, I know I dived deep into that in Purpose into Profit as far as like what's stopping you from like fully like being seen online and like dancing or like just having fun. So was there any area where that was like really hard for you at all, or like any, like whether it be like being transparent or just like being silly on stories? Like, was there anything where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I should do this, or
Absolutely. I'm sure we can all relate at some point to that. And yeah, there'd be times when I'd retake a story like 5 times and or not post, or yeah, have like this inkling to share something, but then I'd hold myself back. And it all stems from like that people pleasing judgment. What will people think of me?
mm-hmm.
And that again has come through from, you know, my childhood, high school, and it's something that you carry around with you. And if you don't deal to it, it almost just gets bigger, and it becomes like you believe it's part of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So really, yeah, had to again break down those stories and just take action. And the more that you do that, kind of like the post I shared yesterday around confidence, like the more you start to exercise it, you build that muscle, and then it just becomes natural. And then you realize, oh, this is actually like who I am, and it's okay for me to just, you know, be silly, to stuff up, to speak my mind. And you know, not everyone's going to like me, but that's fine. I'm not for everybody. But in doing that, you're being true to yourself, and you are empowering others to step up and, you know, to do the work and to step into who they really are as well.
I love it. And what would you say to someone that's like feeling like, how do I put this? What would you say to someone that is ready to pivot but is afraid to be seen and really is like, just like feels like they're pregnant with purpose?
Yeah. Find some support, find some accountability, because you know, you could do it alone, but it's so much easier having someone in your corner, someone who absolutely like, yeah, holds space for you and can just support you and give you some strategy. That would be probably the first thing. And just to decide that you want to make a change. Like, yeah, you could keep doing what you're doing and you'd probably be happy and life is great, but you know, if you want more, you have to be willing to, yeah, go through that, but know that on the other side of that can be something so amazing.
Yeah. And what has been your favorite part as far as like transitioning from your network marketing business into like your coaching?
Oh, favorite part. I guess probably just 100% knowing I can do and say and be and not be attached to like a product or a brand. Like it's quite different. It's something that I've had to get my head around. So yeah, I guess that's probably been kind of fun, just really being able to create.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And has there been anything that right now, what are you most committed to being rich in? Like what area in your life?
Oh, that's a good one. Rich in probably my health. That's been a big for me. Yeah, because your health and your well-being is like key. If you are not feeling amazing in that, it really does impact so many areas of your life. So yeah, I'd have to say my health.
I love it. And what is the last thing that you would want to tell someone that might be watching this that is on the line as far as like creating their own coaching program or just playing bigger when it comes to their current coaching business, or they're looking to like truthfully be their own person in their network marketing or affiliate marketing company?
I would tell you to just shine, just be you, and yeah, do what's been placed on your heart, because yeah, we're all so unique and so different, and like life's too short to hold back.
Yeah. And if someone watches this and they really resonate with you and they want to book a clarity call with you, where should they contact you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram, genuinely Gem, and I also have a private Facebook group over on Facebook called the Sisters Community, so you can definitely come and join us over there.
Awesome. And if you watch this and you absolutely love chatting with both of us, we have a community called the Rich Babes Community on Facebook, but we're also hosting a mastermind called the Babes in Business Mastermind, where we're going to be breaking down energetics of enrollments and how to embody your next level, but ultimately how to actually create aligned offers and create a business you love. So we'd love to have you. So you can feel free to DM us on this account or either one of us. But if you want to set up a clarity call with Gemma, feel free to DM her because she was amazing. But thank you so much for getting on today.
Hey, it's been cool. Nice to chat.
I'm glad we got to do this and we surpassed all the tech issues. We'll chat soon and we'll definitely see each other tomorrow on the Kingdom Queens chat.
Hey.
All right, sweet. I hope you have an incredible day.
You too. See you, Rach.
Bye.